Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Scottish News Network news report. I'm your host, King PJ, and people are apparently sending me messages. But on another note, Hollandia rejects becoming a Scottish satellite. Ender takes over the entirety of the Colonial Project, and the next episode of Domination for Dummies is on the way to you. Sandwich, over to you. Why won't you stop screenshotting? So we are now here over in Pittenweem, and we're here to talk about what's been happening diplomatically with Scotland. Currently, we have sent the wonderful diplomat known as Charger Revolution, aka Uncle Charwer for the OGs that know what that means. But what's it called? Um, Charger has been attempting to establish diplomatic ties with the states of Hollandia and the Hollandic Empire. We have managed to form, if I remember correctly, a fully offensive and defensive alliance with the state of the Hellenic Empire. And Hollandia is still a struggle since, if anybody remembers, they tried to murder me. So, yeah, it's still a struggle. Still a very hard day. We almost got them as a satellite, but due to threat of rebellion within the Hollandian government, it was actually turned down. And now, a little bit of foreign news coming in. The Hollandian state is seeing if they're willing to actually, you know, fight. Which a majority of the people so far have said, yes, I will die for my country, or no, I'm just going to ignore it. So that's quite concerning for the Hollandian state in general. And on the thing for, establishing Scotland as a satellite, there was a large majority of meh, Scotland would Hollandia is not Scotland. They would should be allied only. So that means there's a large sentiment within the people of Hollandia to create an alliance, but not one of basically where we would offer the Hollandians a dukeship and a subsect of the government. So we will accept this fact for the time being, and we will move on. All right. We do have our diplomat in active relations attempting to establish this still, but we will settle for alliance. But besides that, our lovely Ender that we had on our last news segment has now been put in full control for all civilian and military aspects of the colony, which we are quite proud of him and we support him all the way. Right? And we expect great results from him. Great results. But besides that, we will be cutting over to the outro. So I hope all of you enjoyed yourself today, and goodbye.
Hello there, and welcome to Domination for Dummies. I'm your host, Charger. My co-host, PJ, is behind the camera. Today we will be talking about trench warfare in the Glasgow trenches. PJ, go ahead and explain.
Trench warfare is when two sides stick themselves into the ground and try to push the other one out. The defense, you need to dig in with machine guns and rifles and be able to defend the lines. Also, a little underground diggings, that way artillery doesn't blow you out of the high water, buddy, and make you look like a bloody red mist. But besides that, it's all about staying low and being ready for the rush. Now, Charger, go ahead and explain the offense.
Now, when you're attacking a trench, it's a very bad situation. Trench warfare favours the defenders. We've known this since the First World War and the crazy casualties taken in attacks on trench lines. You need to pray that your artillery can, well, force the enemy under the view line. If your artillery can hit their trench while you advance, then you can advance into their trench, close the distance, and pin down their machine guns and riflemen. Chemical weapons, well, it's not legal to use them, but chemical weapons can also be used. But you want to make sure the wind's in your favor, or you may gas yourself. Essentially, artillery, accurate, and a fast advance. That's all you need to know. That's all for today. Enjoy yourself and stay safe in the battlefield, mate.
Now for a little bit of cut-in news between your daily programming. So we have a small issue with Project Z where we have not gotten any contact from anybody on the islands recently, so we are quite concerned. It is currently a debate within the Royal High Circle to decide whether to send reinforcements or withdraw forces that we have and send a naval asset. But besides that, Bullshit on the Beachfront is going to be canceled for now, but we're introducing a new series, which is basically a military comparison between two states, which we're quite excited for here within the nation, and we don't know who it's going to be yet first or who it is, but it's probably going to be Scotland against somebody else, just as a comparison. But for the time being, we have no clue, so yeah, enjoy yourselves, and we'll get back to your regularly scheduled programming. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Scottish News Network and enjoy yourself. We do have a blooper of me not being able to stop a recording multiple times. So enjoy.